I told you that we were going to baby step through all the different types of graphing parabolas, and in this one you'll notice that our vertex is not at the origin. In all the other parabolas that we've graphed, they always had the vertex at the origin, but now we look at parabolas where the vertex is somewhere else. So here are some things you might need to know. The graph opens up when the a value is greater than 0, meaning positive, and the graph opens down when the a value is less than 0, meaning negative. The y-intercept is the c value, and the reason that's true is because the y-intercept is when the x value is 0, so it would eliminate this term and this term, so you would just be left with the y-intercept. The x-coordinate of the vertex, since it's not at the origin, has a special formula. The way that you do that is you do the opposite of the b value divided by 2 times the a value. So that's how you find the x value of the vertex. And we know that the axis of symmetry, that's a vocabulary phrase from this chapter, the axis of symmetry is an imaginary line going through the vertex. So the formula for the axis of symmetry is x equals negative b over 2a. So let's look at using this new formula, x equals negative b over 2a. How does it really work? So what we have to do in example 1 is we have to find the axis of symmetry, which we know is the equation x equals negative b over 2a. So that's the imaginary line that the parabola kind of is mirrored over. And then the vertex is going to be a coordinate point that we'll find using that formula. So what I like to do, and this is going to be really helpful when we get to chapter 9, is when I have my equation, I like to just write out what a, b, and c are. So a is 2, b is 8, and c is negative 1. Now we don't need c right now, but we will in chapter 9. So let's just get in the habit. So what we're going to do is to find the axis of symmetry, we're going to do x equals negative 8 over 2 times 2. So that gives me negative 8 over 4. So the x coordinate of the vertex is at negative 2. So then you say, well, how do I find the y value of the vertex? And that's something that you have done millions of times before. What we're going to do is we're going to plug negative 2 into the formula. So instead of x, I'm going to put negative 2. Here we go. Remember, that's my formula. So I'm going to ignore this f of x part, and I'm just going to kind of calculate what I got. So it would be 2 times 2 squared plus 8 times 2 minus 1. Now you just kind of crunch those numbers. That's 2 times 4 plus 16 minus 1. So that is 23. So the vertex of this, good thing we're not graphing it, is negative 2, comma 23. And the axis of symmetry, which I didn't actually write down, the axis of symmetry in letter A, sorry, this is all over the place, is x equals negative 2. So that's the line where the parabola goes through on the vertex. All right, so now let's do one where we actually graph. We're going to do the same steps. We're going to find the axis of symmetry. We're going to plug in that number to get the vertex. And then we're going to use those points to plot a table. So lots going on. Here we go. The formula for the axis of symmetry is negative b over 2a. So I always write down what a, b, and c are. So a is 3, b is negative 6, and c is 5. So here we go. X equals, well, b is already negative, so negative b turns it positive. So it's positive 6 over 2 times 3. So that gives me 6 over 6, which is 1. So the axis of symmetry is at x equals 1. So that means my vertex is at 1 something. So now I'm going to take my equation and plug in 1. 3 times 1 squared minus 6 times 1 plus 5. That gives me, let's see, 3 minus 6 plus 5 is 2. So the vertex is at the point 1, 2. So I know that 1, 2 is the center of my parabola. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to take that 1, 2, put it in the middle of my chart, and I'm going to go 2 up and 2 down. I should see symmetry in the table, so I can probably just kind of shortcut some of my work. Let's do it. Let's crank those numbers through. So I'll do, what I'm going to do is I'll plug in -1, 3 times -1 squared, minus 6 times -1, plus 5. Oh, that turns to plus 6. So that's 14. So that's -1, 14. And what I'll do is I'll just shortcut. If I have the vertex correctly, if I've done my calculations right, it should be 14 down on the other side at 3. And now I'll do the next one. I'll do 0. So I get 3 times 0 squared minus 6 times 0 plus 5. Oh, well, that's the y-intercept. So this cancels, that cancels, and you just get 5. So now I have my points, and now let's plot them. And I need to be able to fit all the way to 14, so I'll probably end up going by 2's anyway, but let's put the x-axis down low. And the y-axis doesn't matter. So I'll go by 2's, and this will go by 1's. Okay, so -1, 14 is right up here. 0, 5 is right in the middle. 1, 2, 2, 5, and 3, 14. Draw your curve. And let's write f of x next to it. A little more about the vertex. The y-coordinate of the vertex of our standard parabola is the highest point when the a value is less than 0, meaning negative. So it's a downward-facing parabola. Our vertex is going to be the highest point. When it's an upward-facing parabola, or like a smiley face parabola, then our vertex is going to be down at the bottom, and it's going to be the lowest value when a is greater than 0. Now, we call that minimum and maximum, so that's just another word for vertex. I don't want you to think it means something different. It's just another word for vertex, minimum, and maximum. So in example 3, it says to tell whether the function, whatever, has a minimum or a maximum. So they just want to know, is it going to be a downward parabola or an upward parabola? And then we actually have to find it. So is this parabola going to be an upward-facing parabola like this one, or a downward-facing parabola like this one? Which one will this be? Well, since the a value is negative, it's going to be a frowny parabola, so my vertex is going to be the highest point. When the vertex is the highest point, it's a maximum. And now they want us to find it. And now they want us to find it, so I'm going to have you do that. I want you to use the formula x equals -b over 2a. That's the x-coordinate of the vertex. Then you're going to take your number and you're going to plug it in right here into this formula for x. And then when you're ready, press play, and we'll see what you got. I got -3, 17. All right, let's move on. All right, I'm going to talk you through example 4, and then you're going to do it. The suspension cables between the two towers of the Mackinac Bridge in Michigan form a parabola. You can see the parabola right here of the cables. And they're modeled by this crazy equation. Don't freak out. where X and Y are measured in feet, what is the height of the cable above the water at its lowest point? So that's a minimum, right? They're talking about this vertex, the lowest point. And you can see the parabola right here. And so they just want the height, so they want the Y value of this vertex point. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to find the X value of the vertex using the formula X equals negative B over 2A. Then you're going to plug that in, find the Y value, and the Y value is the answer because that's the height of the cable at that point, not the X value and not the coordinate point. All right, when you're ready, go. All right, how'd you do? 203 feet. All right, we got one more to look at. And actually what I'd like to do is let's save this one for class. And if you have any questions, write them down and I'll see you then.